let me start by saying the serpent handlers are the logical or illogical conclusion to a certain kind of biblical literalism or biblical inerrancy. And the people that I have found they drive the craziest are people who would consider themselves conservative, biblical, inerrantist / literalists. Because, and comes back to that hermeneutical question, because once you open that conversation, they've got the text to use on you. And they carry those arguments with them in ways that often inerrantists are very difficult to refute. So when people say to them, you should not test the Spirit, they would say, we are not testing God. We are following the command that Jesus himself gives us in Matthew the 16th chapter. These signs follow the believers. They're not trying to prove God. They're proving the veracity of the text because they have been commanded to do that. In the same way that Matthew's gospel says, go therefore and make disciples of all the nations. That's a command. It's not a test. They would say, they shall take up serpents, they shall drink any unclean thing, and it will not harm them, is a promise. It's a command. It's not a test. Then, but I'll give you a quick example of that. In 1997, the religion department, this was before the divinity school here opened, the religion department helped to sponsor the Year of Religion in American Life. And the chair of the religion department, Charles Kimball, and I were the co-chairs. And we brought a serpent handler to Wake Forest, a man named Carl Porter, who brought 5 serpents with him in a box. Put them, and we had him speak in Brindle Auditorium. And I shall never forget, there was a group of students who were affiliated with Campus Crusade. When it came time for questions, they said, well, you call this the gift of the Spirit, but in Galatians, St. Paul lists the gifts of the Spirit in Galatians 5, and he doesn't mention serpent handling. And without batting an eye, Carl Porter said, yes, that's true. But it's talked about in Mark 16, and Jesus is the one who's doing the talking. And that's what I call a hermeneutical response. That is, he took one text and made it more important than another to make his point. And that's why arguing about the text with them, I have found, when I've heard it done, very difficult, because they have a way of reading, they have a set of glasses that informs how they respond. And they're very, very good at that.